Hey, how's it going, everyone? My name is Derek Afasi. I'm the owner of Afasi Financial Group and RetireSharp.com. Today's topic, I want to discuss with you what is an annuity IRA and help distinguish kind of some of the misconceptions out there and seeing whether it is a large mistake to have IRA monies in an annuity or whether it makes sense to utilize that, and kind of go over the pros and cons of each. So understand that what is the IRA annuity misconception? Well, a lot of individuals think that you have IRA contracts and then you have annuity contracts and they're entirely different. And that's not the case. Annuity contracts are specific retirement vehicles, retirement accounts that you could link within IRAs to provide a specific need. In this case, an annuity typically provides you lifetime income, maximize lifetime income. So annuities are products established through insurance companies. Only insurance companies could offer annuity contracts. So if you have a situation where, let's say, an individual is nearing retirement and they understand that they have a specific income goal that they want to have met, well, and they have qualified retirement accounts such as 401ks or IRAs or 403bs, they could essentially roll over those monies. If we have a 401k example, they could roll over a portion of that 401k into a specifically designed IRA that's established through an annuity, that's established through an insurance company. Now, why would somebody want to do that? So understand, they're not just setting up an IRA and then that's not tied to any part of an annuity and you can only throw cash to an annuity. You could place annuity contracts that can be established through cash accounts, meaning the selling of a business, the selling of a house, and you have liquid cash known as non-qualified accounts, or you can establish IRA or also Roth IRAs as well. Or you could establish annuity contracts specifically through IRA contracts, through qualified retirement funds, such as your 401k, 403bs, IRAs, TSPs, etc. So ultimately, when somebody has their portions of their retirement savings, maybe they might have some segmented into retirement accounts such as a 401k, others segmented into regular cash accounts, but ultimately this is set up for a retirement goal. You could leverage that annuity component through insurance companies to establish those monies correctly, to roll over or transfer those monies correctly, to receive certain amounts of benefits. So when should you avoid an annuity IRA? Well, let's say we have a situation that an individual, let's say he's age 60, and they're looking to retire at age 65. There's three main criteria that has to be met for every individual that they need to figure out before they're retired, or if they're currently retired, how to stay retired forever. And it goes off of income sources, emergency funds, and inflationary protection. So if we have the individual that's age 60, looking to retire at age 65, maybe this is when this individual has a specific pension income that might be coming to him. And he might want to also trigger Social Security income at that age 65. Well, if somebody goes and let's say they have $50,000 worth of expenses and they're receiving at age 65 $30,000 from Social Security, then you have another $40,000 from pension income. Well, they've already sufficed their income goal. They've already sufficed that $70,000 of income that's coming to them, and their income goal that they needed was $50,000. So they've already sufficed that lifetime income goal. So there's no reason to place dollars into a type of annuity contract set up for max income if that individual does not have the goal of max income. There's many times that you have these types of annuity contracts come out that have certain fluffs. You have certain income riders or death benefit riders and all these different components that just try to confuse the heck out of people so that individuals blindly go into a product thinking, oh, I'm in a 7% guaranteed product or a 5% guaranteed product. And you have to weed through the smoke and mirrors on, is an annuity right for your specific situation or not? Now, for the individual situation, so that's one case of how when an individual should avoid an annuity IRA, with these let's say they had 401k monies or, they had other IRA monies. Well, now they can invest that into the market. Now they could utilize that as their fund money. If they want to have safe, consistent growth, yes, there are ways that you could establish annuity IRA contracts, but it's not established for an annuity for that max income play. So you have so many different variations, and this is kind of another misconception that individuals think that there's just one basic annuity concept. And Back in the day, that used to be the case. You used to have an immediate annuity. You give money to an insurance companies were giving you a paycheck every single year to the day that you pass away. If you passed away within the first couple of years, you lose. If you passed away when you're in your 80s, 90s, hundreds, well, that insurance company is still paying you out those incomes. That's the basic concept of annuity or annuitization. Now, since that point in time, in the 1980s, 1990s, 2000s, you have so many innovations with annuity contracts that ultimately all it does is just confuse the heck out of people because they go into annuities blindly rather than really segmenting only the smallest amount of dollars into an annuity contract and only as much as necessary to make sure that you're maximizing out your income funds. Most importantly, you are maximizing out your emergency funds. You have your oh my gosh moment money in case something happens. You could pull money from an emergency fund. And then you could also establish certain contracts to set up for inflationary protection as well. So the problem lies that you have insurance agents that all they try to do is pencil somebody into an annuity, pencil them into annuity, pencil them into annuity, and they're not actually seeing what their current situation is. So yes, an annuity can be a great financial tool, especially in this low interest rate environment, especially with this market volatility. You have different sorts of design products that you could set up through insurance companies for that safety, for that peace of mind that you have tiers of safety known as a legal reserve structure, that if the company goes under, you have other tiers that could step up to make sure that your money is secure, protected. Kind of like how a bank has FDIC, insurance companies have their own form of 6 tiers of safety to make sure that their contracts are set up properly when it's in either on a fixed side or an index side or cash value side. So there's a whole slew of different things, but understand, don't go blindly. Don't just sit at a seminar and go blindly into an annuity contract or an annuity IRA contract. You want to understand if it's right for your situation. So when exactly would this be right for your situation? What exactly am I talking about when I'm saying income, emergency, and inflation protection? Well, what happens is, we'll use an example. Let's say that this individual, same individual, is a female, age 60, and she wants to retire at age 65. She has, at age 65, she has Social Security income that will come to her. She might have pension income that's coming to her, and she might have a specific gap of savings of retirement. Out of the savings of retirement, maybe she has a 401k that's sitting about $500,000, and she has cash accounts that's sitting at another $200,000. Okay? These cash accounts, she's throwing them in mutual funds. These 401k accounts, she's throwing them in mutual funds. At age 65, she needs exactly $60,000 of income every single year at a bare minimum to correlate exactly to her expenses until the day that she passes away. So that's number one. That's the income goal. Social Security at age 65 for her is going to be $30,000. Pension income at age 65 is going to be $20,000. Well, 20 plus 30 is only $50,000. We now have a gap. We're now realizing that there's a specific gap there of $10,000 at age 65. Now understand, off of these expenses, a portion of them, maybe $40,000 of these expenses are going to be fixed, but $20,000 are going to be inflationary expenses, hence inflation protection. That's going to be a major need. So at age 65, yes, you could set up a plan. You could take the smallest amount of dollars into her 401k monies or her cash monies, and you could roll them over into a specifically designed annuity IRA contract that will provide lifetime income, but would still allow her to keep control. So many times I like leveraging annuity IRA contracts, mainly the hybrid annuity IRA contracts that allow her to still hold control, still allow her money to grow when the market goes up, now lose when the market goes down, and when she's triggering lifetime income, she's triggering it through an income rider. So how exactly do we figure out which company is good and which company is garbage? So we deal on a national basis. So typically when you have an individual that's 60 years old, they're going to be set up with some really good products or really good offers out there. You might have 300 to 1,200 different options, different strategies specific to that individual situation, and maybe only 12 companies or 12 contracts out of those 1,200 are really good for her situation. So you have over 1,000 that are really bad. Well, that's the mistake. This is why you see horrible things, horrible press about annuities, because you have advisors that are not educated enough on how to establish them correctly for clients. I don't mean to bash any advisors advisors out there, but the good advisors understand exactly who I'm talking about regarding the bad advisors. So essentially what happens is if we go and we're leveraging, and because I own an independent agency, it gives us the access to every carrier, every company, and then proprietary strategies. And that's what we leverage our Retire Sharp planning system to make sure we could weed through all the BS, all of the crap, before we see, okay, what's the nice shiny objects that come back in first place, second place, third place. There's still going to be pros and cons with first place, second place, and third place. And after all those pros and cons are met, which ones will correlate exactly to your specific situation. So out of this example of 500,000 in the 401k account, maybe this lady only has to utilize $150,000 to accomplish that $10,000 of income goal that gets triggered a lifetime income rider at her age 65. This number one company, Company A, might provide her the best cash flow on saying, if you only place in 150,000, this is going to correlate to your goal, as opposed to the other contracts where you might have to put in 400,000 to get that same $10,000 result. So it's all about using the smallest amount of dollars and only as much as necessary. So with this situation, well, maybe 150,000 that gets triggered at age 65. But as your expenses are going to be increasing, they're tied to inflationary expenses, we want to also set up proper laddering strategies. So maybe at age 69, she will have a step up of another 3,000 to incorporate for those inflationary expenses. So what we want to do is show it to the decimal point. What is exactly the $10,000? And then maybe at age 69, she's going to be receiving $13,000. Then maybe at age 72, she's going to be receiving $16,000. Then maybe at age 75, she's going to be receiving $18,000. Whatever those inflationary expenses are tied to, and you could use rule of thumb about 3 to 4% per year in inflation, or you could even use a lower ballpark figure. But ultimately what's happening is you're able to set up these strategies properly. That's what we try to help you guys out with, is educate you on what's the best sort of contracts out there. Where is an annuity proper for an individual situation, and when is it not? When should you avoid and run for the hills when somebody's telling you about an annuity being the greatest thing ever? Because it's not. It has many cons to annuity contracts, but when you're establishing it specifically to your needs, it can be set up in a beautiful situation. What I mean by that is, let's say after all the laddering strategy is done with, maybe you only need to leverage 200,000 out of this 401k of 500,000. Well, now you have emergency funds sitting there of the $200,000 cash plus the remaining 300,000 in the 401k. And out of this, maybe you want to leave 100,000 in emergency funds and something that's liquid cash. And now you have $400,000 that you could leverage in the stock market and mutual funds and something that you could have fun and play that stock market casino. The worst thing you want to do is throw your dollars, throw your retirement income into chance, throw your retirement income into something that could potentially go down and you're getting dinged with fees left and right. And that's how individuals are not able to properly retire. So I hope that all of that made sense. I rambled a little bit on there, but understand an IRA can be established through an annuity contract. You could have IRAs that are set up through bank CDs. You could have IRAs that are set up through money market accounts. You could have IRAs that are set up through individual stocks, bonds, mutual funds, whatever that case may be. You could even throw IRAs in gold, in futures, whatever that case may be to your specific situation. That's the way that you could establish IRA contracts. But understand, an annuity is not separate from an IRA. You could have IRA monies involved with annuity contracts, specifically designed annuity contracts, or you could utilize cash accounts, which are known as non-qualified annuities, as well for that specific situation. So it's all about what your situation is. Understand that you have to be educated on where are you, where did you come from, and then essentially where are you trying to go? What is your specific goal? And make sure that you're leveraging, meaning you're using the smallest amount of dollars and only as much as necessary into correct products. If you could leave as much money in liquid cash as possible in emergency funds and you invest it in the market, well, all for you. That's the risk. That's the joy of retirement. But what you're not going to do is have that worry, have that panic of saying, oh, I have all my retirement savings. I just hope that the market stays up and, doesn't have another 2008 market crash. You could set them up with specific contractual guarantees, specific IRA insurance contracts, such as through annuities, to make sure that your money is safe, secured, protected. You could have annuities that are established with indexing strategies where it goes up when the market goes up, not lose when the market goes down, that aren't tied to income riders. So there's a whole slew of different things. Let me clear off the screen real quick. If you found value in this video, please feel free to give us a call at our 1-800 number. It's 1-800-566-1002. We offer 24/7 customer service. We utilize all of the majority of different states, majority of the states on a national basis, to make sure that we could specify it, the exact contract for your exact situation, and make sure that we're setting up an overall plan. And at the end of the day, if you come into a situation, you're in a much better situation, you really don't need to change anything, we're going to be honest with you and say, listen, stay put. What you're doing is fine. You're going to be able to accomplish your goal. There's no reason to go into annuity contracts or even change anything that you're doing. So what we do is we have an extra set of eyes on it. We want to make sure that we're utilizing a methodical process through education, through either personalized videos, through personalized literature pieces, whatever that case may be, to really educate you guys properly so that you guys have the informed decision, you're confident in retirement, and you could do whatever you dreamed of in retirement. And that's, this is the reasons why we are A+ rated on the Better Business Bureau. We've always had very good reviews. We've never had any complaints, and it's because of this methodical process. I want to thank you very much for watching this video. Please feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Retire Sharp, so you can have access to the most updated videos. Thanks so much, guys.